How's it going, everybody? Racer here. Welcome back to the Phill-osophy Arc of life, where we ponder the serious questions. And today's topic? Well, I got to work and some people were talking about it and they're like, hey, they turned to me and they're like, hey Pockets, you run a business. Do you love what you do? And I said, well, funny thing. 6 years ago I registered my business under creative artist and sculptor or something like that, and they said, oh yeah, you must love that. I'm like, no, not really, because since day one I haven't done a single job in the creative arts or anything. Pre-running the business, very creative. Running the business, no. And so I said to them, I said, look, never done anything in the creative arts, never got to, never had a client that wanted that kind of stuff. There's no money in it. There's nothing on offer in this town for that. And so I then shared this with them. I said, anytime I was working, I went in the direction of where the money was coming from. What was the service that was needed? And how much were they willing to pay for it? And then I thought, if I could get good at that, that's where the money's coming from. Work in the direction of money. Go straight towards it. Pick up every skill you can and get there. Then, once you got that site located, you lock it down. You become the best you can be. Because that's where the real money is. Working as hard as you can to get there and achieve that and make it yours. And then have everybody just go, wow, that guy's really damn good at that. I gotta go to him because he's the one I want to hire. Life is going to be full of lots of things that you're not going to enjoy. Sometimes you're going to hate it. Sometimes you're going to get home and you'll be like, oh damn, I wanted to punch that customer in the face, climb over that desk and strangle him. But I had to think about the person I was working for, to think about the boss, and would the boss be smiling if I choked out his customers? Nah. So, that's when you got to have self-control. Enough self-control to go, hey, I don't like this job, but this job makes me money. This job is going to get me where I want to be, out there somewhere, having fun, maybe on the river with a fishing rod, or doing a yoga class with my girlfriends, having a Prosecco or something. Like, envision the end goal. Envision the happy client and signing that invoice, and then cha-ching, getting it in the bank, and then getting to spend that money on yourself. Because if we can't picture the end goal, what's the point of it? I mean, I'm waving my hands off screen, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, what's the point of something if there's no end goal? Like a chicken stuck in a cage laying eggs has no end goal. That's a dead-end existence. And sometimes we are going to get into dead-end existences. And in those times, we're going to have to wake up, realize how dead-end that is, and just go, you know what? Nah. My life and goals and my direction, where I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, that's worth more than this in this moment. So you just go politely, nah, no, I'm not willing to do that, and good day. Put yourself first, your friends and family second, and love yourself and your friends and family. Be a part of your community, work hard, gain respect, build rapport, and build a future where you can be happy. A future where you know that the future you, that is your inspiration now, look up to that and in that direction, that goal and that dream, that hero that you want to become. Because one day you'll be living that. You will be your hero. And then you can go for another 5-10 years to become the next level hero. The level 100 hero, the level 200 hero, the max level hero with the best armor and gear and swords and everything, just like in the computer games. Because life is but a quest chain, where we break it down into little steps and we chip away every single day, just one little scrape at a time, like the old mate digging out of prison with a teaspoon or something behind the poster in the movies. That's us, just chipping away at hard times until we have them, until we have exactly what we want and be exactly where we want to be. And in times like that, we've got to think about, what is the future that we envision? What is the person that we want to become? Who is our future self, our hero, that we look up to. And if your current self is not someone who you look up to, become something more. Evolve into something different. Grow into something that is better than today. Because tomorrow, if you can look back and go, hey, I put in 10% or 2% or 1% more effort than yesterday, that is you being your future hero, your future happiest, best self. Because as the staff mate that asked me this question, as he was putting in minimal effort on the job and then having everyone pick up his slack and bloody lift him out of the dirt and bloody fix all his problems that he left behind in his wake, well, that makes those people despise you or dislike you or not respect you or feel frustrated and used because one person slacking off is someone else's having to work harder. Someone else's day is tougher. Someone else goes, God damn, that person was on shift before me and now I got to do all this. And half the product's not even on the shelf. Or the edging on that lawn was terrible. What the hell happened? No one likes picking up other people's slack. Some people don't even like picking up their own slack, and that is the problem that we're in. The world might seem like it's getting worse because people might care less and might not work as hard as they could because we're surrounded by and flooded with endless people only showing the best parts of their lives. And when we only see the best part of the world of other people's lives, we compare ourselves to that, which one should never do. The only person I compare myself to in this entire planet and this town and this country is myself from yesterday or last week or last year or 10 years ago. When I can sit on top of the peak I've just climbed and enjoy the view and look down on my past self and going, hey, look at that. I have come a long way. I have grown. I have put in hard work. I have suffered injuries and struggles and hardship and misery and having at one point $168 in the bank. But every time I dug deep and I did what I have to line up more work and find new clients and people and do whatever it bloody took to get where I wanted to be my future hero right now. And that's what it's going to take. And that bloke in that room, he was like, I don't even like this job. It's not going to get me anywhere, mate. If you're unhappy now and you want to become something like a qualified tradie or do an apprenticeship, the workplace he was in now, there's lots of support and people helping him. But the place where he wants to go, into an apprenticeship, they're going to haze the shit out of him. They're going to give him a hard time. If he thinks it sucks now, he's going to hate it later. But hey, he might face the toughness and the music and suck it up and bite his lip and grow a spine and grow a pair. And hey, I hope him all the best. But without growing a spine and having perseverance and toughness, we ain't going to get anywhere. To everyone out there who gives up on the first go, don't do it. Don't even give up on the 100th go. Even when life explodes in your face again and again and again and you're scraping shrapnel out of your goddamn eyeballs, don't give up. Because failure is the best teacher. No one asks themselves ever when they cross the finishing line of the Olympics. They don't go, why did I win? How did I win? They don't analyse that. They don't look at it. They don't deconstruct it and pull it apart and look up inside the guts of it and go, yeah, that was a pretty good win. How did I get that? No one ever asks that question. But everyone always asks why they lost. Why was I not good enough? What was I lacking? How did that other person win and not me? Well, because they worked harder and they failed many more times than you. And if you want to be more of a winner tomorrow, keep on failing, keep on asking why, keep on analysing how you're going to get to success. What's your path going to be? What's your mission statement? What are the steps that you're going to break it down into, like the quest chain of computer games? Because the first quest in WoW or any game is a crappy grey loot knife. And then when you kill the final boss in the game and that weapon drops that only some people get to have because they've grinded that boss mountains of times and they lost every time. They didn't get the loot drop that they wanted to. They lost, but they kept going. And only when we keep going do we get the best loot drops in life. AKA payoffs, success, respect, more skills learned, more abilities gained, more experience, savvy knowledge, gaining insight into the situation of how to do that job or thing or live life. So don't ever give up. Throw yourself into the fire as many times as you have to temper your steel, and you will be the sharpest, meanest, most monstrous weapon out there. Once you become that, you put a saddle on it and you ride your monster through life. Because when you're in a monster, your most dangerous side of you is your mount and horse. Giddy up, boy. Come on, doggy. When that's at your mercy and you control it, nothing is gonna bloody stop you.